is my place, and I am welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of York Region. We're so glad that you're here. Let's start with music. I've Got the Power from Karen Drucker.
I've got the power to make all my dreams come true. I've got the power, there's nothing I can't do. I've got the power to be anything I want. I've got the power inside of me. I've got the power inside of me. Every day I'm wasting my time thinking that someone else is gonna do it all for me. I've got to get up, get out, get it, just get started. Take one step towards my destiny. I'll define my direction with clear-cut intention. Declare what will be and then watch it come to me. 'Cause I've got the power to make all my dreams come true. I've got the power, there's nothing I can't do. I've got the power to be anything I want. I've got the power inside of me. I've got the power inside of me. There are days when I feel that I'm just no good. Days when I don't even wanna try. But when I stop, look and listen, surrender, I hear a voice of truth I cannot deny. And it says, you know you can do it, just get down to it. Have faith in yourself and the will to see it through. 'Cause I've got the power to make all my dreams come true. I've got the power, there ain't nothing I can't do. I've got the power to be anything I want. I've got the power inside of me, yeah. I've got the power inside of me. In those times when I feel so frightened and it seems like I just can't go on, I've got to look deep inside, 'cause that's where I find the power, the power, the power inside of me. Yeah. I've got the power deep inside of me. Yeah. I've got the power. I've got it. I've got the power inside, deep inside.
And indeed, we do have the power within inside of us. And this today, we welcome Sheila Maillet as she explores how we see and how we celebrate and claiming our sovereignty. Isn't that an interesting word, sovereignty? It's also an integral part of spiritual maturity and self-realization, and it's closely tied to the divine power of will, which is this month's power that it's our theme for this month. So we're looking forward to hearing that all about sovereignty, Sheila. It'd be wonderful. For now, let us invoke that presence within us. Let us become aware of it. I am awakened to your presence and filled with the light of spirit within me. Everything needed, everything desired is here now. The journey is easy and joyful, and all obstacles are merely illusions on the path of living. And I release them easily. My world is a world full of love and laughter. My relationships are collaborative, cooperative, positive, and engaging. My work is satisfying and fulfilling, and I'm rewarded with unending wealth, health, and creativity. We're filled with gratitude for all the good present here and now. As we release these ideas and accept the infinite blessings now present. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. Unity of York Region is a member of Unity Worldwide. And as such, we all hold the same vision. And I just want to share it with you, and you can repeat it with me if you'd like to. It's a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. Shared, not just individual, but shared between all of us. So what is ours to do here at York Region? It is to be a vibrant, thriving spiritual community, serving the world by embodying unity principles of higher consciousness. And we do that as we affirm together, God is, I am, we are together transforming the world. And one way that we remind ourselves how to do that is through the daily word. Today's word is inspiration, and Verna is going to share it with us. Take it away, Verna.
Thank you, Pat. And the affirmation for today is, I move in harmony with the creative flow of inspiration. Sometimes I feel inspired by words of others, and sometimes I am inspired by action. Today, I take my inspiration from the story of Charles Fillmore, a businessman who marveled at his wife's complete healing from serious illnesses. This prompted him to embark upon an intense period of prayer, meditation, and study that led to the founding in 1889 of Unity, which has become a global spiritual community. I take this story to heart and find my inspiration in the feelings of awe and wonder, love, and even healthy curiosity. Feeling of an awakening of inspiration within me. I center my awareness in God. Divinely inspired, I move in harmony with the creative flow that blesses the work of my mind, my heart, and my hand. And this was inspired by the Bible verse from Job 32:8. But truly, it is the spirit in the mortal, the breath of the Almighty, that makes for understanding. And we can repeat the affirmation again. I move in harmony with the creative flow of inspiration. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Verna. That is so true. As we move in harmony, we are inspired to do so. And one of the ways that we also are inspired is during the month of August, and this is the last Sunday that we'll be doing praying with these Unity Centers this year, Unity Center of Winnipeg in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and Unity Christ Center of Truth in Etobicoke, Ontario. We see them just being filled with prosperity, peace, and harmony. We have a prayer chaplain program here at Unity of York Region. And if you would like one of our prayer chaplains to pray with you, just contact the number or email on the screen. And you can, or if you would like immediate prayer, you can call 1-800-NOW-PRAY. Now let's join Daniel Namath as he sings Swing Wide the Doors of This Heart of Mine.
doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Here we go now. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. About lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I learned to keep it inside. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. About lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. All right now, swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine.
Definitely swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Are your hearts open wide? Because let's look at what's happening in the coming week and weeks. This Thursday, oh no, our guided meditation with Robin is on hiatus. It'll be starting up again the 1st of September. I can't remember what date that is, the 2nd or something. Anyway, so we'll be back on meditation soon. This week, our spiritual nugget for the soul is going to be discussing Emmett Fox's teaching, where he sets to explain that all your problems, The explanation of your difficulties, explanation of your triumphs and lights boils down to one thing. Life is a state of consciousness. That's the beginning and the end. It's Emmett Fox. I don't know if you realize what an impact he had on the New Thought movement. He was one of the most influential leaders of the 20th century. He was a pioneer of the New Thought movement. He was a friend of Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, but he never came to Unity Village. His bold, dynamic message proclaiming that our thoughts shape our reality, do we know that or not? This has changed the lives of millions across the world and influenced many key contemporary spiritual writers such as Wayne Dyer and Esther Hicks and Louise Hay. Everybody who has tapped into the positive power of positive thinking has had it based on Emmett Fox as one of their teachers, along with Emma Curtis Hopkins. Next week, there's going to be another speaker. It's going to be me. I'm going to be talking about all the choices that we have to make every day. And because even if we don't think about them, some of them are automatic, but if we made them all intentionally, examining whether it's God's will or our ego will that is giving us this decision and then acting on it. So we're going to think about what happens, when we let our self-will run riot and what to do about it. So now let's sing Amazing Things with Michael Gott. I love this song.
Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. You will do amazing things with a choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when, where, or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and smile. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. 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 You will do amazing things.
Ah, for sure. Amazing things. And now, let's be inspired as Sheila shares with us the amazing news about sovereignty.
Wonderful. And I'm just going to concentrate here for a second while I get my video shared and started, or get my screens shared and started. There we are. Awesome. Good morning, everyone. It is such a joy and privilege to be here. And yes, sovereignty, unity principle number 2. I don't know whether this surprises you, but it certainly surprised me. And Sawabona, this is me setting intention to reach across space and time to connect with you, heart to heart, mind to mind, and that one power and presence that we are each a unique expression of, so that we come together to co-create this moment in time together and make it sacred, make it special, make it meaningful. And if that resonates with you, I invite you to respond with Yabo Sawabona. And that just completes the circuit. So way back in January, if you were involved in a Unity Church at all, you probably did a white stone ceremony. And the white stone ceremony is the new year where we, from a meditative state, allow a word to come to us that will inform or influence or that we carry into the new year. And for me, that word was sovereignty. And aside from being a word that I had no hope of spelling right, I considered sovereignty to be a lofty, snobbish, secular word associated with royalty, material world power, control, and politics, all things that felt really quite irrelevant to me. And so sitting there staring at it and hearing it, it's like, okay, what do I do with this? And, you know, I trust that Spirit will reveal the relevance of this word to me. And I don't know whether it's, and I forget the name of the effect, where when an idea is put into your head, all of a sudden you start manifesting it everywhere. I don't know whether it was that effect that took place, or whether sovereignty is a word that really is coming up more and more in discussion, in the media, in life generally around us. I know it certainly did for me. And what I have found, much to my surprise, is that it really is a spiritual word. You know, like when we think of spiritual words, the words that kind of come to mind, at least for me, are things like peace, truth, love, faith, forgiveness. And yeah, now I put sovereignty right in there with them, with the recognition that it is a growing and evolution of our spiritual journey. It's what we're growing into. And let me explain what I mean by that. I found that it really is like a drop in a ripple of the pond that just keeps expanding, in the same way that, around Christmas, we look at faith and we look at peace, we look at love, and we do sort of a deep dive into them and find that, well, on a day-to-day basis, you go, oh yeah, peace, I know what peace is, and you have some idea of that. But when you really meditate on it, when you really chew on it, when you really sink into it, you realize that it's got nuance, and it opens and peels back like an onion or a lotus, and sovereignty does the same thing. And it comes with all its gifts, blessings, and baggage as well. So let's just cover off the spelling thing right off the top. I found that trying to remember how to spell it was really tough until I realized that the last part of it is really the number 80. And I can spell the number 80, E-I-G-H-T-Y. And if you just squash the H a little bit, like knock off the top bar, then and sound out the first couple of syllables. So sov, S-O-V, E-R, those are both kind of intuitively obvious. And then 80 is really 80 with the squashed H. So I can spell sovereignty now. Go figure. 8, fascinating number. Metaphysically, depending on your background, 8 can be interpreted as infinity. If you turn it on its side, it really is the infinity loop, a two-dimensional representation of the torus. Biblically, it's also associated with rebirth and the ascension or the resurrection of Jesus. It's also associated with material success, and that comes through the lineage of the zodiac and various other Eastern religions. So there really is a lot of rich pieces to that. And as we know from looking at 40, the 0 on things is just an exclamation mark. So this really is, infinity, rebirth, material wealth and success on steroids in a big way. And so you put that with that, like into the word of sovereignty, and you start to get a feel for how there might be more to the word than we initially thought. Why is my screen not advancing? Okay. So what does sovereignty mean? It means supreme power or authority. Biblically, sovereignty was given to God. God is the all-powerful ruler. God, all power lies with God, and God is the be-all and end-all, and the buck stops there. But when we recognize that we are a child of God, we are a spark of that divine presence, we recognize that we too carry that authority and that power within us. It means having self-governance. We have the ability, we have the power to govern ourselves and our life and all the components thereof. Dominion. The very first book of the Bible, Genesis, the creation process is described, and God gives man dominion over the earth and all the fish and the birds of the air and so on and so forth. And that story has been misinterpreted to mean that we can run over and do what we will with everything. And I think that really is metaphysical malpractice and a misunderstanding of that teaching. And dominion is really about giving us stewardship and giving us responsibility and giving us opportunity. Sovereignty can also be interpreted as independence, or freedom. And we recognize that both of these things are important for us to claim if we're truly going to grow into our divine nature, grow spiritually. So unity principle number 1, is one power, one presence, the one wholeness. And unity principle number 2 is we are each a unique expression of that oneness. So another way of saying unity principle number 2, oh, yes, just like everybody else. Important caveat, because as sovereign beings, it's important to recognize that we're not sovereign over everybody else. We're sovereign over our own domain, over ourselves. And everyone else is sovereign over themselves. Important distinction. Another way of phrasing that principle number 2 is that we are each a sovereign being. And what that sovereign being comes with is the 12 powers as identified by Charles Fillmore. And one of those is the power of divine will. And what divine will is, and there's ways of applying it, you know, in a positive way, and there's ways of applying it in painful ways. And often we associate it with will being our ability to, you know, willpower, force things through, push it through, make it happen, do whatever it takes. And my experience has been that is generally doesn't work out so well. What we really want is the willingness. And our power of will is really about our ability to choose, our ability to decide, to make a decision, and our ability to commit. So it's making the decision and making that decision solid to stick with it. And we can apply our other powers to that too. We can add strength to that. We can add faith to that. All of our 12 powers work interconnected. We can integrate all of those powers. So whose responsibility is my life? Given what I've just said, we recognize that our life is our responsibility, nobody else's. And as much as it can feel like other people control our lives, you know, whether it's spouse or boss or kids or job or pets or circumstances or weather or government or policies, or like the list is pretty long of things that we can hand our power over to, but ultimately it all comes back to here. It all comes home. We are responsible for our own life. So we get to consider who or what is running our own life. And I invite you just to take a couple of minutes now to think about, you know, who is running my life, and am I, you know, farming out that responsibility to someone else? Do I let a partner make my decisions for me, or do I require a guru to make those decisions for me? Am I checking my brain at the door when I listen to a guru, or listen to the news, or listen to a government spokesperson, or listen to the boss? Where the invitation to hand over our power to any number of people is always out there, like baited hooks. And we get to choose which ones we bite on. We can also choose to give ourselves power so that we can ask questions out there, we can consult out there, and consulting, you know, with others who have more experience or who have skills that we don't have is awesome. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to manifest and create, is the right person to ask in the right moment, or the right person to give us the right piece of information or help us with whatever. Those are wonderful, wonderful things. But it's important not to turn over our life to those other things, but allow those other things to inform us, and we come to our own decision. And coming to that own decision, in the past week, I've come to awareness of how I very much often make decisions in my head. In fact, I kind of live a lot from here to here. And I thought I was embodying choice and embodying decisions, but I had the experience of really embodying things, and boy, does it feel totally different. And my invitation to you is to, just lean in and be open to the possibility of, I don't know what I don't know, and maybe there's more here for me. Maybe there's a way that I can step into my sovereignty, claim my domain, live into my sovereignty in a richer, deeper, spiritually awakened, evolved way that is new to me. So let's look at, what does claiming divine sovereignty not look and feel like, just to get that kind of out of the way. It doesn't look like blame. It doesn't look like shame. It doesn't look like guilt or fear or worry or criticism or bullying or forcing or frustration or overwhelm or manipulation or needing things or people or circumstances to be any different than what they are. Claiming our sovereignty doesn't mean that we can control what happens to us. It doesn't mean that we control the circumstances, the outside of us. It means being present to them and being responsible for how we respond to them. So what does claiming divine sovereignty look and feel like? It feels like love. It feels like acceptance. It feels like alignment with the truth of our being, with that Christed presence within us. It feels like peace. It feels like confidence. It feels like knowingness and assurance. It feels like authenticity. Sovereignty is remembering who and what we really are. It's remembering. It's bringing back all of our scattered pieces that are out minding other people's business. And whether that's minding other people's business as in, siblings or friends or children or parents or whatever, it's also out there minding the jobs and business of our policymakers and our news media and anything where we are scattering our energy. It's really about calling all of those pieces of ourselves back home to our own personal wholeness and asking ourselves, what is mine to do from here? It's stepping into and claiming our power and the truth of our being over our own domain. It's being the servant leader. So it's not about trying to micromanage our body. It's not about trying to micromanage our relationships. It's about listening deep and responding from a space of grounded love. It's about compassion and respect for ourselves and for others. And it really is a new way of being for each of us and a new way of being for humanity as a whole. It's being willing and not willful. What is our domain? Our domain is our thoughts, our feelings, our physical form, our immediate environment, our home, our work, our tasks, our staff. All of those things are the things that we're responsible for. And we get to be in relationship with them. It's about going back to that idea of servant leader. It's about recognizing that, yes, I have sovereignty over this, I have control over this, but it's not about me dictating and telling my organs, telling my cells how to do their job. It's about me listening to what they need and facilitating them as they go about their task. It's not about me dictating what my immediate relationships look like. It's about me listening deeply so that I make the asks of what I need to meet my needs, giving myself the permission to need and desire, and also to recognize the needs and desires of those that I'm in relationship with, so that it becomes a negotiation process and recognizing that if it's not good for one, it's not good for any, because there is only one great wholeness. And so again, the learning how to handle those negotiations and to be present and to listen deep and to listen for the solution that meets all needs. New way of being. And it is the sovereignty we're being called to. If I don't like my life, it's up to me to change it. And I cite, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore really stepped into their power and their sovereignty when they went ahead and built a ministry on prosperity in the middle of the Depression through the 1930s. Like the rest of the world is saying, poverty is the end thing. This is what we are and what we're doing. And they're going, no, prosperity is the truth of my being. And they claimed it and they stepped into it. Jesus in his choice to surrender to spirit, to go through the transmutation, transformation, ascension, death, resurrection, ascension process, to model for us that there is life after death, to put an end to the whole, you have to pay for sins thing. It's like, no, I've done that. We're good to go. Like, let go of that whole eye for an eye thing. Let it be all paid for. Let it be all done. He did that. He was able to do that through claiming his own sovereignty and stepping into the truth of his being. And his invitation is for us to do the same. Not that we have to follow in death and suffering. That wasn't the model he was trying to teach. It often gets presented as, oh yes, we all need to martyr. And it's not. It's about, no, we all need to be true to our authentic self and answer the call of our soul to what our soul is calling us to. And people around the world are being called to that. That's the mass resignation where, so many people over the last 6 months have come to realize that, with that shutdown of COVID and so forth, that running the treadmill I've been running isn't working for me anymore. I'm willing to downsize. I'm willing to let go of the job that's demanding too much or isn't nourishing my soul. And I'm willing to give that up to create the life that I want to live. So how do we, make those changes? We get clear on what we want and we ask and we align and we take action. And that doesn't mean act as in force it through and make it happen. It means taking the next step as it appears on the path in front of us. It's much gentler than the past paradigm has been. Allow it in, accept the next step as they're presented. And then the awe of gratitude and wonder as the life that we want to live appears for us. And how do we claim that sovereignty? How do we step into all these wonderful things? It really is about embodying that higher aspect of ourselves. And so I invite you now to join me in a meditation. Oh, right before I do that, I wanted to share a little piece that came across in an email today, that just as a preamble to the meditation. I am done with, and I invite you to let my words be the words of your own heart. Just allow them in as much as you're able. I am done with pretending that I am smaller than I am, done with pretending that I am broken somehow. I am ready to claim my wholeness. I am ready to speak my truth. I am ready to trust the impulse that runs through my veins. I am ready to forgive fully. I am ready to forgive everyone. I am ready to forgive myself for forgetting how exquisite I truly am. I am ready to walk in beauty. I am ready to own my light. I am ready to be seen in all that I am. I am ready to stop apologizing for my humanity. And maybe it's only me, but that one hits big. I am ready to stop apologizing for my humanity. That's my mistakes, my imperfections, all of it. I am done playing by someone else's rule. To someone else's game, I am done playing by someone else's rule to someone else's game. I am ready to play my own game. I am ready for a life that thrives. I am ready to make my own rules to live by. I am ready to live in pleasure. I am ready for joy. I am ready for my joy. I am ready for abundance. I am here to live the highest of my life. I live in trust. I walk in abundance. I share freely. I risk wholeheartedly. I express my fullness. I am alive. I am alive. I am. I am. I am. I am the one I thought I was waiting for. And so with that, I will end my share, and I invite you just to feel into your body, gently close your eyes if that's comfortable, and prepare for meditation.
I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this day, I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God. I'll go inside to find my God.
So I trust that you're settling in, feeling the support of your chair, feeling the support of the ground beneath you. I invite you to allow your breath to deepen, sink into your heart even more. I invite you to let my words be the words of your own heart. I give thanks to my ego, for it is my ability to be here in physical form. It is the game piece in which I play the game of life. I thank it for all it has tried to do for me. And I ask it to take a rest. I assure it that it will be fine. And I turn inward, looking for that other part of me, that still small voice, that part of me that is more me than I knew could be me. And I invite it forward. I feel the love that it has for me, for all aspects of me. And I open. I allow myself to open like the lotus. Gently, easily, in perfect order. No forcing, no rushing, just allowing. And I set intention to claim my sovereignty and come into deeper understanding and awareness of what that means. I open to the idea that it doesn't have to be difficult, it can be easy. It can be gentle. Again, gentle as the gentle opening of a flower. I feel light dawning in my heart in a new way. Expanding along my spine, the core of my being. I feel the strength, I feel the awakening of the energy centers within my body. I feel the stirring of those innate powers that I know I am born with. I exercise that divine power of will by choosing love, by choosing alignment with this higher truth of my being, by choosing to seek it out. And I invite us to stay in the silence now for a few moments to experience our individual expressions of all of it. I open to the possibility that I can live from this space more and more frequently, more and more consistently. And I have compassion for myself when I don't. I have compassion for all others as they awaken at their own pace in their own way. I honor the sovereignty of all. And I embrace the challenge of figuring out what that means. In loving gratitude for this time together, both inward and outward, celebrate and say Amen. Returning to space and time, we again hear the words of the song of Daniel, or whatever beautiful voice is there for us to share. Amen.
Thank you so much, Sheila. That was truly fascinating. I just loved your examples and how you brought that to life. That was wonderful. Yeah, I'm looking forward to our fellowship afterwards. So you can, I'm curious as to how you found that word sovereignty and how it came into your consciousness to talk about it. That's going to be really interesting to know. Well, whoops, went too far. Now it's time for our conscious giving, and knowing that we are a self-supporting ministry, 100% funded by ourselves. So we know that what we do with this financial contribution is allows us to inspire and support one another and all of you that join us now and in the future. And if you want to know how to do that, there's 3 ways. First of all, by direct interact e-transfer, and we have auto deposit, so you don't need to worry about a password or is it security question, any of that stuff. It's so simple. The other way that's extremely simple also is to go to our website and push on the button that says donate, because that again is automatic through Tithely, and you can actually even set up recurring giving, so you don't even have to worry about if you're not here on a Sunday or you forget about it, it will remind you and do it for you. And then the last way, of course, is by old-fashioned check. And all these ways are outlined in our email blast every Tuesday. Let's bless our offering. Just hold it in your heart or your mind, wherever it is right now, and say it with me. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. God is my source. Thank you, God. And now let's listen to a song written by Cliff Rubin, sung by, I'm not sure who, but we enjoy this song.
I am so grateful for all I am. I bring gifts to share. I am part of God's plan. I
Indeed. The unity of York Region is abundantly blessed. Creative people are drawn to us, as you've just heard. Divine ideas flow through us. Financial resources bless us, and we accomplish mighty works together. Now let's start our closing as we affirm the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now let's close with singing the peace song with Sky St. John, followed by our Go Forth blessing with Robin.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
We are now surrounded and enfolded by the pure white light of Spirit. Nothing but good shall come to us, and only good shall go from us. Go forth in peace, divine love, and radiant joy. Amen.